you doing? I'm Kay, presenting you with Star. This episode was good. There was some things that went on that I don't know if I really had time for it, but we're going to get on into it. It starts off with, let me find my note, Alexandra is having some difficulties. She's having some problems. She's walking upstairs and she's giving, Dad, stop, why? And he's like, back up off of me, leave me alone. And his little ponytail was flailing in the back like mine. And, well, I got mine in a ball right now, a little light bun, so it won't be flailing. But his was just going. I was like, oh, look at this ponytail. Somebody get him a rubber band, catch it. And he was putting her stuff in the bag. It was like, we're through, it's over, blah, blah, blah. And then she goes into, good, because I got tired of pushing your cripple behind her in a wheelchair. I said, no, Alexandra, don't do that. And then it turns out it was a daydream. Or is it a daydream when it's nighttime? It was dark outside, but she wasn't asleep. Anywho, it was a fantasy. We'll call it a fantasy. Like me and Mariah, who go back like babies with pacifiers. Oh, dirt dog, no liar. Keep your fantasy hot like fire. Jump, jump, let me see you do the stump. Girls, let me see you shake your rump. Fellas, hit it from the back and front and let's do it. I'm a little bit country. I'm a little bit of rock and roll. I done stole. Okay, why did I really just go off into the Mariah Carey featuring ODB tangent? Like, who told me to do that? Y'all sick of this. So yeah, she was daydreaming and I'm thinking of you. See, I can't do that because I will sit here and sing the whole thing. Let's see. So we get over to Star. Star's still sleeping with Luke James over there. And we are having all these sexually suggestive scenes. And we just really acting like this girl is not 17 years old. She's 17. 17. Like, okay, 17 it's probably the age of consent or past the age of consent in just about every single state in America. But honestly, still, this is a child. Moving along, another thing, let me break off on something else right quick. I've asked y'all before. I asked y'all a couple episodes, like the very first episode of the season. I remember asking y'all, and ain't nobody answer my question. If anybody could see the different colored like filters over the episodes, there was like a pink filter thing when they were singing one of their little songs. There's been like some blue filters and stuff like that. And now I'm like, now that we know that Lucius has synesthesia, whatever, whoever she is, I'm like, are they trying to give us, synesthesia? Because there was an aura on this episode. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I remember seeing it and I'm like, wait a minute. Are they trying to convey Lucius's emotions on Star? What's going on? So y'all let me know if y'all caught that as well. Let me see. Simone and her girlfriend are, lounging in the juvenile detention apartment. And they bust in and throw a little storage container up at the girlfriend. I can't remember her name, so we're just going to call her girlfriend. And they say, girlfriend, get your stuff together. You being, moved. You're out of here. And I'm sitting here really trying to figure out how girlfriend got a wig in jail, but that's just neither here nor there. Okay, all these parking spaces, and you parked right next to the common courtesy. On the side of this building, we all do it, especially bigger vehicles like myself. We park a space between us. Ain't nobody in this parking lot and you're going to park right up on me. If you hit my door with your door, my spirit turned over. Anyway, what am I talking about? Let me look at my notes. What am I talking about? Oh, okay. So Simone's girlfriend, and her wig, which, how? This thing is leaning. It was leaning for the Empire video. That she got to go and, they just, you can't take her. No, don't do that. You can't grab her like that. And blah, blah, blah. And so now Simone's in a funky mood. Let's see. Daddy Potomac is here. Daddy Potomac is who? I got to look it up now. I meant to look it up before I got on here, so I wouldn't take too much of y'all's time. But I got to look it up. Daddy Potomac, I saw his face, and I placed him on the show, and then I immediately forgot. He's been on stuff forever and ever and ever, and I can't think of his name right now. Give me... Girl, who deleted the IMDb app from my... Oh, I did, because my storage. I figured out and put his name up here, but he's a legendary black actor. Daddy Potomac is harsh. He don't like his dog. Daddy Potomac is very much like husband Potomac is over on Queen Sugar. We know Michael Michelle is playing Ayana on this show on Star. She's playing, I think it's Darlene on Queen Sugar, Darla's mama. And Daddy Potomac is just like Darla's daddy on Queen Sugar. He's giving everybody else their accolades, as Nene Leakes says, and just kind of downplaying Potomac and her, accomplishments. They're not as big as the rest of the family. And, your siblings are doing this and you're not, and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, dang, Daddy Potomac, why you got to play her like that? Let's see. Brody's on the phone being ridiculous, child. He is just being too extra for me. He's giving, it's going to take some time, but I'm going to get it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, I don't think any of us, I don't know if the viewers believed it, but I think every reviewer I saw was like, we don't trust him. We do not trust this young man. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm still trying to find out Daddy Potomac's name. In the meantime, Hail pops in on Potomac, and he's saying his name is pronounced Hail, like a high eel. And I'm just sitting here like, eels don't, I guess maybe they're smoking seaweed down there because they don't have the capabilities to get high like the rest of us. Girl, what's the man's name? I don't have time. Let's see. He pops in on Potomac and, it's like, hey, you need me and I need you and this and the other. And Potomac act like she don't. And he like, yeah, I already see what's up with you, and reads her, drags her down, and is giving, this your last chance to be somebody. And you ain't got no trophies on Daddy's, manister. Manister. What is a manister? Who did this to me? Anyway, on his mantle and banister. And you suck, basically. He drags her. Luke's best friend, Lucky, pops in. I've seen this young man before as well, but I'm not as dedicated to finding his name as I am to finding Daddy Potomac, which I'm still scrolling trying to find. I'm going to find the answer to the question. Nope. Because I already know I'm going to forget to, put the name on the screen. Where is it? Give me the information that I'm looking for. Child. I just really need the information. I gotta scroll through the whole cast, the crew. Like, why is you driving so fast? I'm tired. You know what? I'm about to give up, but I know who I am, and I know I'm not gonna give up, so. Where is it? This is wearing on my spirit. Oh, this is a terrible IMDb selfie this woman got on here. It's a no from you. Well, I found Terrell Hill played Lucky. We might come back to him because I've seen him before. Richard Roundtree, Jesus Christ! Why couldn't I get Richard Roundtree? Now that I read it, I know it. I knew that was Richard. Oh my God! Today, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. So anyway, back to Lucky. He's on the quad. That's where I know him from. Cute. Yeah, he played Jalen on the quad. Anyway, back to this. Let me see. Yeah, okay, so Luke James' friend. What's the boy's name on the show? Ring, blowing up my phone. What is his name on the show? Dang, okay, anyway, who cares? Because I can't remember right now. His best friend pops up, they real close. Brody pops in on Star. They roll up on Brody like, if you got a problem, we'll solve it. And all of that. And so Lucky tells Star, nope, nothing. Luke James, because I can't remember his character's name. If he got your back, I got your back. And, it was all very sweet. Star's haircut makes her look 35 years old, and I don't have time. Especially for somebody who is almost 30 playing somebody who's 17 with this 35-year-old haircut. It's taking me through a lot, personally. Potomac is standing outside, watching the artists. I'm like, wait, she ain't got nothing better to do. She was leering in the background at Star, Lucky, and Noah. All right, I did that. And I'm like, is she screwing this boy? Because she looked very displeased. And I'm like, she don't like that he was Star? Or what's... I mean, I know she don't like Star, but it looked like she was kind of jealous. Elijah Kelly pops on over to Hayel's trailer. How does everybody have Hayel's trailer's address? Everybody just keeps coming over to his house, and I'm confused. He pops on in, and he's like, you have the sound that I want, and this, that, and the other. And Hayel is like, you gonna sing it? Okay, let me hear it. And he goes into, because, I've been singing Let's Stay Together for like 2 solid months every day. I'm so in love with you. And he gives it all his Elijah Kelly, all the runs and the riffs and the trills and all the things, child. But I'm not. I know y'all hear a lot of bumping because I keep hearing this freaking thing. I'm not going to do all of that. I'm just going to say it's amazing that Let's Stay Together has been on my heart like this, and it popped up on the show. While that's going on, Hayel invites him in. Come on, let's see what we can do with this track. I'm going to get this out the way because it was on my nerves too. Evan Ross pops in looking and sounding like a baby Lucius Lyon. And he sings. Now, I've never liked Evan Ross's voice. Never have I liked his voice. The boy can act. He did good in that movie. What was that movie with Queen Latifah where he had the AIDS? He was wonderful in that movie. But as far as trying to give us a Diddy Bop, it's a no. It's canceled for me, but that's just me. Let me hurry up before this thing shut off again. So they get together, they team up, Elijah Kelly and Evan Ross. They are now a group. It's Andy and ain't Miss Honey. I don't know, Andy and somebody. And Hayel's going to manage them. Now, the nephew was a little upset about Hayel taking his music, but they didn't work past it. And that's that on that. I won't be talking about that no more. Alex is in the dark listening to music and sulking and carrying on. And Luke James walks up on her and is giving, tell me what's wrong. What's the matter? What's going on? And I'm like, what is he? Where are we going? Is he flirting with her? Is he just a friend? Like, what are we doing? Because remember when we were first introduced to him, he was captivated by her beauty, which, I mean, she's a gorgeous girl. But now, I don't know. It was weird. But she says she's fine, storms on off, and blah, blah, blah. Says she's happy, she got a man, happy, yada, yada. Brody visits Simone. He brought her some food. That's a good way to get me to talk to you, I tell you that. Luke asks Star about her father, says he got some problems with his father, and they connected, and she goes into how, when he said she had issues earlier, the issues were because of him, and I got a little piece of raised eyebrow in that moment, because it felt very molesty to me. When she said it, I was like, molestation. And we moved on. Let's see. Alex, she goes back to the scene of the crime. And she's, I really appreciate you pulling these items for me. I want to see, do you have some jewelry? And the manager is like, girl, yeah, we got jewelry, but I feel like the bracelet you stole would have been, it would be cuter with the outfit. And she's like, oh my gosh, I'm caught. Like, she looked shocked. Like, I already told you, Alex, if you had to listen to me, you would have heard me say that they got cameras. If they got champagne, they got cameras. Oh, I just can't be bothered. Let's see. Alex goes to church with Carlotta. Carlotta tells her to be still and know that I am God. That's the Bible. So she gets still, she gets to crying, and she's steady on this, I don't believe in God, but she's crying and getting saved at the same time. And I'm like, okay. And Yolanda Adams in the background singing, and I'm just like, girl, no matter what you're going through, just remember, and all of this. And I'm like, girl, what is going on? The whole episode, the music was so jarring and off-putting to me. I was alarmed the whole episode. Alex gives a confession about how a white man was staring at me, and I'm alarmed easily. Don't be staring at me like that. Alex confesses to Carlotta about how she didn't have a miscarriage, she had an abortion, and I'm so shocked. James Caldwell told me in his video, he told us that it looked like she was actually having an abortion, but I thought she was just having a D&C, which after you have a miscarriage, sometimes you have to get that thing all, vacuumed out and cleared up. You can't just, let the stuff sit in there because you'll get an infection and you may die. So I thought it was just a standard D&C, but it was an abortion actually. So I stand corrected. James had the answers and I just did not listen. Moving along. I'm trying to figure out why this young man who works right here at this dollar store is taking these baskets in one at a time. Like, just gather them all. Just get them all at once. Let me see. Roommate is being transferred to a whole nother facility, and Simone is just shook up about it. Now, somebody told me, I think it was on Tumblr, somebody said, Simone ain't gay for real. I said, yes, she is. Yes, she is. And she shook down boots about the girl going to another facility, and the girl in her wig are like, you're not going to remember me. And she grabs her, and she kisses her, and she's like, I'll remember that. And I'm like, these teenagers and their drama, honey. I'm still trying to figure out where she got that wig from in jail. Anyway, they're having a performance. Everybody's kind of off kilter. They're shaking up a little bit. And they get up there, honey, and they've changed their name from Big Trouble to Take 3. And I'm like, Take 6 is going to sue y'all. But okay. Take 3. And they get up there. They sang. It was cute. Brody pops in. And she sings directly to him. And then the aura changes. And you can see the crimson that Lucius usually sees. And Brody comes to the back. And she's like, what are you doing here? And Simone invited her. And then they have this big fight. And Alex tries to say, you know, you need to forgive. And then Simone goes off on, you never forgive anybody. And she's like, you know, I ain't gonna forgive this nigga because I don't like this nigga. Well, she ain't said that because, listen, Star is down and everything, but do not let nigga pass her lips. Don't let it. But yeah, she looked like the type that says it though. Anyway, she goes on, not Jude Demarest. I'm sure Jude doesn't actually say it, but Star looked like she'll say it. She goes on into, you know, her tangent and her rant, and I just really agree with Star in this moment. I do. And it's rare that I do, but I agree with her. And I think that, you know, I feel like she's right. But they go on about forgiveness and this and the other child. I don't have time. Angel and Andy is the name of the group. They say up there singing a rendition of Despacito that's not actually Despacito. And while they're singing, Lucky is outside. He got pulled over, and Luke is outside, and Star's outside, and Potomac's outside. Lance Gross is outside. Everybody is outside, but it's just like, what's going on? So the boy is on probation, and he got pulled over, and the officer's like, you should tell me you on probation, you know, when you get pulled over. And he's like, well, you should tell me why I'm being stopped. And he wants to search the car, and escalation. And for some reason, we see, and this part really kind of, it bugged me. We see Lucky reach behind him, and then we see the police officer shoot him. And I'm just like, I told y'all in the last video, I broke a nail, just pay it no mind. Okay, so I need you to not be right there, because when I get ready to leave, I'm going to want to leave. There's a lot of traffic coming in and out of this dollar store. I really came here for some macaroni. Anyway, so Lucky is now shot. And I'm trying to figure out why he reached behind him. I'm trying to figure out what narrative we're trying to say with Lee Daniels having this young man reach behind him. Because then the police officer goes into, I thought he had a gun. And one would think somebody would have a gun if they reached behind him. It would have made me feel a lot better if we're trying to tell the story of black boys being slain by the police, if he would not have reached behind him. Because we've had several people not reach behind them and still get killed by the police. So why are we showing this boy reaching behind? I wasn't here for that, Leanne. I wasn't here for it. Moving on. Lucky did not make it. He didn't live. And I said, dang, we just saw him for the one episode. Now he gone. Tragic. So Star's over there with Luke, and he's crying, and he's feeling some kind of way. That was his brother, you know, that, all that. Simone is over there with Brody, asking how he met, you know, her mom and this and the other. And I'm like, this is not good. It's not good. Because I don't, some about Brody I'm not living for. Alex is over there with Derek. She crying and she want to pray. And I said, Lord, I mean, when you see somebody, you know, die or get seriously hurt, you do want to pray. I've been in situations where I've seen terrible things happen to folks, and I just be like, okay, well, let me holler at the Lord. Let me call him right quick, and I'll call y'all back because I ain't got time. Anyway, Star goes over to Brody's. He takes a long time to answer, but he eventually answers, and then she proceeds to say, she may be too young to remember what happened, but I remember everything, and if you mess with Star, all right, my stepfather, if you mess with Star, I'll kill you. And he says, you really would, wouldn't you? And she, you know, just saunters on off. And I'm like, I mean, if you mess with Simone. And I'm just sitting here like, so what are we saying? What are we saying? Is this man a child molester? Is that what we're saying? And if that's what we're saying, then why haven't we told Carlotta so she gonna shoot him, kill him, and move on about this day? Like, what? We gonna watch and find out. So he goes back into the hotel room, and Hunter's mother is in there. And obviously that's how he's able to afford the hotel. Obviously. And Hayel goes over to Potomac's, and they get to making out because she's vulnerable because she just watched this boy get shot and killed. And he talks to her, and she talks to him, and then they start kissing. And then Carlotta turns the corner, and then all of a sudden, you know, shock and awe. I don't know what she was shook about. She know her baby daddy, but okay, child. And that was the episode. Like, comment, and subscribe. Other things the YouTubers say, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.